Welcome to Rob and Todd's Staunton City Limits.
Yes, not that we own Staunton City Limits, we just broadcast from there. Honestly, we have no direction, no path.
Sometimes serious, sometimes completely off the wall.
We go with intuition. We consult a medium, few palm readers, and a crystal ball. And that directs us.
This episode is sponsored by the Take Tiger Woods Driver's License Foundation.
yeah, that poor guy, man. I mean, he can drive a ball, but that's about it, huh?
Have you seen the pictures of him? I mean, it's pretty rough. If I was a billionaire, or whatever he is, he may not be a billionaire.
He's probably damn close after EA and Nike.
I'd hope he could maintain his looks a little bit better than that.
Well,
I normally wouldn't pick on someone, but as rich as he is, give me a break.
All right, the less attractive Tiger Woods than what he was. What the media seems to insinuate is he was on prescription painkillers and abusing them, like abusing medication seems to be the narrative that they're pushing. I don't know if that's the case or not, but he definitely looked strung out on something, and it didn't look like the regular alcohol or marijuana or whatever type.
Kristi Noem, is that her name?
I don't know who that is.
Hold on.
Feed me.
Kristi Noem.
Yes. Now I know who you're talking about.
American politician who served as the 8th United States Secretary of Homeland Security from 2025 to 2026. She resigned, and I didn't know why, and maybe this isn't why, but the stories come out now that her husband was cross-dressing while she was away. You know, like he was paying for conversation, and I'm going to say company, but he was really into the cross-dressing thing and paying for attention while doing it.
Oh, well, that's an interesting way of putting it. How respectful.
The details are a little foggy. Now, is that why she resigned?
No, I think she was getting a lot of pressure from the administration because of wasteful spending on those like ICE recruitment videos or something like that. There was some commercial campaign that she used taxpayer money or money that was in the budget for Homeland Security to advertise some push for recruitment. I'm assuming of ICE given the times, but she's on horseback. It's just overdone, and it spent like $5 million. It's some preposterous amount for just TV ads.
So her political opposition or prior opposition is like it's okay to cross dress, because they kind of stand for that.
That certainly doesn't help.
They
were like wasteful spending, and you cross dress. Oh my God!
Well, they're saying it's okay to cross dress, but not when your wife speaks out against things like that.
You mean as a hypocrite? Yeah,
that was all.
Yeah,
that's the story.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow. So I wonder. I wonder if they're still together. What about the children? Have they chosen to cross-dress or just be a hypocrite?
I don't know if they have children, but they probably do, because it seems like in American politics, 98% of figures are like married with a family.
Yeah.
Still kind of the go-to.
I feel sorry for those kids. These are the role models they're kind of stuck with for the next, years through adolescence. My dad's a mom, and my mom's my mom's on South Park with her face running down her face.
You have any other news right off the bat?
Right off the bat, apparently Kid Rock had some Apache helicopters fly to his Nashville home.
I saw something about that.
Yeah, they did 2 flybys apparently, and I just saw right before I came in the newsroom, Chris over by mail, he said that another detail just came in that the Army's now investigating and have suspended the flight crew. I don't know for how long, but suspended the flight crew for doing that. Apparently, Kid Rock pulled some strings within the military, and
apparently they knew what they were doing. Because they hovered around his house.
It's a story to tell. It's like, oh man, we flew around Kid Rock's mansion. It's like he has a mansion that's like modeled after the White House, at least on the outside.
Yeah. Have you been to anything in the 4DX at Regal? Sorry, it's random.
4D? I thought you were talking about my shirt size. No, but I went to one. I went to one of those type theaters in Las Vegas.
Well, the girl taking tickets said the seats shake and move. Mm-hmm. I think they probably just shake, but she said they move.
No, they move. I mean, yeah.
She said they have strobes for like an explosion. It can add to it via really blinding you or something for a second.
They also have smells too and liquids they can squirt at you.
Yeah, they have mist and they have wind effects.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm intrigued.
Oh yeah. I saw Dune 2, Dune Part 2 in Vegas with that, and just long story short, riding like some of the scenes out, it's like a little roller coaster. It's kind of like you remember growing up the Daytona Days of Thunder ride at Carowinds?
Yeah,
it's like that.
Well, and some of the movies are obviously 3D as well, so that just adds to the effect.
It does.
Sorry for going random on that. I was looking at some of these posters on the wall, and it just made me.
No. One of my favorite directors talked about like one of his earlier movies, Dogma's, being converted into the whole 4D experience. And when he's watching the movie with the 4D people that converted it, it's like. Starts off with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon at an airport. He realized the chair's just moving, but it's like just tilting ever so subtly. It's like, what the hell's that? Oh my God, we're on the people mover at the airport. They actually incorporated the people mover on the 4D. I don't know if it's the most exciting movie to see in 4D, but it's cool they did that.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that is available isn't what you want it.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah. Here's the thing. I want that technology incorporated into my theater experience if the movie's made for that. If you're just converting an old movie or converting even a new movie to that, it doesn't quite fit.
It's probably easy to convert to animated as well, I would assume.
Not going too deep in the plot, they also had a scene with a big rubber poop monster, so they had an opportunity for the smell there. But they
didn't do it.
They went towards liquid. So when the poop hits like this bartender's mirror and shatters it, you get a little spray of mist.
I promise this wasn't planned. In fact, do some shout outs. Shout out DL.
Shout out Rubber Poop Monster, wherever you are.
DL was asking about the show if we were going to do any episodes because we're still in a dispute with RSS.
Oh, yeah. The union strike and all that.
I'm looking for a story. keep talking. I'd screenshot something this week.
Oh, sure. Okay. I took a screenshot of... Okay, I was about to get into something, but here we are.
Yeah, I found it. A woman with irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah. What? It's just
show some respect.
All right. I respect you. I respect IBS and IBS sufferers.
Got a DIY fecal transplant from her brother, easing symptoms but gaining his acne. Then she switched to her boyfriend's, losing the acne but picking up his depression, showing immense power of gut microbes.
Let me guess, this was in Florida.
Danielle Kupke's desperate struggle with severe irritable bowel syndrome led her to radical, unregulated, do-it-yourself treatment. Fecal microbiota transplants using her brother's stool.
Oh, that's good.
And then it goes on
Keep
about
it in the family
and all that.
Yeah, how did they do this exactly? You know what? I don't want to know. We're good. Let's just pretend I didn't say anything.
Her mental state only improved once she reverted back to her original donor, the one that gave her acne.
Yeah, a stupid poop donor.
While her narrative, featured in the Netflix documentary Hack Your Health, The Secrets of Your Gut, highlights the profound gut-brain axis, medical experts warn that do-it-yourself transplants are incredibly dangerous.
And
just
stupid.
Eating shit, basically.
I don't know, man.
Putting it in a pill form because you could capsule, but then you couldn't wash the capsules off.
That is definitely not likely. Yeah, I can't believe people are willing to do this. It's like people are so smart, but to an ignorant degree. It's like, okay, you know about microbes. That's awesome. That's great because that's science. But what you're doing is so fucking stupid.
So that's Hack Your Health, The Secrets of Your Gut, and that's on Netflix, a 2024 film.
Oh, well, good.
For
Netflix.
those that are more intrigued to follow
I hear that's
up.
a up-and-coming little subscription company. I wish them the best of luck.
Yeah, they're raising their fees again.
Oh, well, you got to make a profit somehow, am I right? Anyway.
What did they buy? Who did they buy out?
They were going to buy out Warner Brothers, just the TV and studio side of Warner Brothers, but they dropped out once Paramount was like, we'll take the whole thing for this inflated price. And now Paramount's looking at possible hurdles in regulation and things like that. Basically, it's going to take years, I think, to finally merge both two companies the way the Ellisons want it. But yeah, Netflix, they're just going to reinvest that money, that $82 billion or whatever. They got some hundreds of millions of dollars of cash on hand. I think they're just going to reinvest it back in the company. And if you look at like other companies that started around the same time in Netflix and boomed like Netflix because of the e-commerce and the adoption of streaming and the internet in every home, that's the best thing to do. Like, I feel like Netflix personally has a lot of room to grow, even though they're huge already and pretty damn dominant in the streaming area. But you could say the same thing about Amazon in like 2008. But look how much Amazon's grown since 2008. Like if you invested in 1998, you'd still be a millionaire or whatever, but you'd be more of a millionaire now. Just can't buy as many things. Yay, inflation.
I would encourage Netflix to invest in the Staunton City Waterworks Corporation.
I don't know about that. Utilities is a different ball game.
A lot of people are swapping to utilities now because retail's kind of sketchy.
Well, if this were Monopoly, I'd say Netflix should go for the railroads. There's one on each side, and $200 rent every time you land on it, that's solid income without having to pass go.
That reminds me of, and I posted this to Facebook, Hammond J. Water, Staunton City Mayor.
Mayor-elect.
Well, he's plans to institute trickle-up poverty.
Oh, that sounds nasty, but go ahead.
And I was thinking, how far can that really go? Because the trickle-down economics didn't, really work.
Well, I hear on the moon they really took off.
But I think trickle-up could, because it sweeps out the foundation.
Yeah, sure.
And so that next level's bound to fall.
Well, we're just going to pull the rug out from under them, aren't we?
Well, retail's going to suffer, but then, it's going to cut into white-collar, and then that white-collar money is going to get cut, and that's going to cut into something else.
Yeah.
That's secret stuff that we don't know about. The next level above that. We have a lot of tasks, by the way, at work that we really need AI to do, but it's to get it all together where it would actually work.
To actually integrate it.
We're basically looking for a super nerd. So if you see a job posting for nerd or super nerd, either one.
Yeah, please contribute to the obsoleteness of your future job by helping us with AI.
Yeah, because once it's set up, we won't really need you anymore. I'll understand how to maintain it, but
yeah, that I think when AI gets fully adopted into everyday life, as far as tasks and services and deliveries, things like that, I think it will just mostly depend on people who control the AI at that point. Like, if I had the money to bankroll it, I would basically hire a bunch of nerds right now to create my own AI to basically learn some sort of menial task. So I can, hopefully when AI evolves, I can monopolize, my whatever my taskmasters can evolve with it, and I can hopefully monopolize on it.
My company is, or my department is an offshoot, and there's nothing else like it within the greater company. And therefore, we run kind of by our own rules, you might say. Not my rules, but like my boss's rules. Okay? But we've expanded so much into other cities. We're in Tennessee. We're in Columbia. We're in Lexington. We're in Sumter. That we can't keep such a watchful eye on everything. We move 10,000 units a month of various products, okay?
Yeah, of undisclosed substance.
Yeah, but most of the vendors require a $250, sometimes a $500 order to get free shipping, and we always want to get free shipping.
Man, you thought Amazon was a hassle.
But some of them don't, and they'll free ship anything. It's based on like your overall spend with them. And so they're like, yeah, that account gets free shipping, doesn't matter what they order.
Yeah.
Well, some of the accounts out of town, like 3-4 hours out of town, whatever they used for the day, they were just ordering one of. And so I had the biggest stack of invoices, and my other coworker actually quit over this, but I'm just catching up his job or whatever.
That's nice of you. You volunteered that, I bet.
It's a lot of paperwork over one item, let's just say.
Yeah.
But they ordered the shit out of one item at a time, and it's so inefficient, really.
Yeah, I was about to say. Do they not realize they're bleeding money out by that? Well,
even when it comes
shipping.
in, the guy has to deliver it. They have to open it. They have to get a packing slip. They have to send that packing slip back to me through intercompany mail, or that cost with a courier. I have to create an invoice and then print an invoice off various company websites. Some of them mail them to. Regardless, once we have the invoice, we have to let the system know we have an invoice. So then I have to create one into the internal system to pay from. And then a ladder of people have to approve that before the check actually gets cut. That one item. And that's not even on the payment side when you sell it to somebody.
Yeah,
and
the whole process seems inefficient now that we talk about it.
The sales order and the way that does, and the reconciliation every day.
Yeah,
and
that just seems like a lot of hands moving a lot of one product.
It can be.
I was about to say.
And we're kind of a hub, so the stuff that comes into us, I also have to do inventory transfers, but you can't do a transfer unless it's already put into our inventory. So you also have to put it into your inventory and then do a transfer.
Now, see, that's what we need AI for.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
I need a nerd one good time.
You need a nerd to make you an algorithm that you own the rights to, or the property of, or something. The patent. There you go, the patent to. And that AI needs to be worked on over the next several years to evolve, so it can actually do this task.
It could make a good software. It could make a good software for companies that are not as big as Amazon,
exactly,
but who are moving 10,000 units a month.
I was about to say Amazon won't need it. They'll have their own AI, and it'll probably be better. But you are for the little guy. You're for the Etsy shops or whatever the fuck. You're for the Fit for Life, Prisma Health, Staunton City Hospital Systems, SCHS, where you come to die.
You may come to die.
That's actually the only hospital in the entire state that is located on a church cemetery. It's merely a developmental coincidence, but one hand clasps the other in the natural order of things.
And that's AI.
Yeah.
Gotta admit that's different than the last take on AI that you got.
Well, I mean, AI is going to be a loaded gun, and it really ultimately comes down to whose hand is on the trigger. But
I started following an AI nerd, and he really knows his stuff, but he's already making a lot of money off of it.
See, that's just it. You're gonna have to invest probably millions of dollars into getting an algorithm off the ground now. But once you do, I mean, I would just take a small sector of industry, something like what you were talking about, something mom and pop at that kind of level, and just
the reason I have gotten tasked with this is because somebody has to do it, and the guy quit that was doing it. But I like to do patient care, and I like to stage billing. Like, I'll pull some documents, I'll put a diagnosis code with it, but I don't want to look at, we actually need to change this code to another code, and we need to pull a template because this insurance will only cover it with a certain template, and this other insurance will only cover it with another template. But, here's a list of all the Blue Cross plans, which are like literally over 100 different plans, and this one requires prior authorization, and this one doesn't, and this one requires same-day authorization. I don't like getting tied up in all that shit.
I don't think anyone does.
So I just
listening to it sounds exhausting.
I would rather do the inventory paperwork.
Yeah.
Which for some reason no one else wants to do. So I mean, whatever.
I feel like AI could help so many so many jobs become a lot more efficient. Not so much simpler, but just more efficient.
All that billing stuff needs it too. Yeah, because once you can set a workflow or a sequence, if something changes, you can edit that part. But like we need an automatic. It needs to see what insurance they have and kind of know the ropes itself and tell me what I need and try to pull what it needs to just make it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I only want to do patient care and then just say basically here's what I did, here's what it should bill out as code wise, and here's a diagnosis code or two. That's really all I care to do.
Yeah.
But
my job could benefit off of AI, not just for like menial tasks or anything like that, but also for inventory control. Robots. How hard of a concept would it be to think 30, 40 years from now, robots will be in grocery stores helping stockers?
Yeah, but I did the whole warehouse thing with Walmart for grocery distribution, and they're heavy on the robots in there.
For just menial tasks or inventory?
It pulls full pallets, wraps them, and the robot just sets it by the truck.
Right.
But that was then. That was 2007. And so now it probably is starting to pick partial pallets.
Okay, I was about to say, if it could, I was thinking for inventory control in the sense of like, there's always like a gap between what's ordered from the warehouse and what actually arrives undamaged in your store. If they come up with some sort of AI that can scan a grocery item, and have it accounted for from the invoice and it verify that's what we ordered and that it's not damaged, and know exactly by the barcode and the planogram where to put it on the shelf.
Well, if it's damaged, you need to be able to report that it was damaged. Well,
yeah.
So that it doesn't look bad on your store, like it was shrinkage or missing or something.
Yeah. Well, that's what the robot would do ultimately. Well, but I mean, like for it to know that, and I mean, that would save so much time from people doing other stuff too. Because it's like my job is just the art of juggling so many balls in the air with only two hands.
Let me take you back to 2006. The warehouse gets a delivery from, I don't know, Gatorade. Someone takes the pallets off the truck with a pallet jack manually. They set them on this little, we'll call it a square. And the robot takes it away. The machine takes the whole pallet and goes and sorts it. And it kind of randomly sorts it, like computer memory or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily make sense. They'll store Powerade next to
whatever
it's programmed potatoes or whatever.
Well, thank God.
It knows where it stored everything, right?
He's putting electrolytes together.
And then when it shows that a store needs the whole pallet, it pulls it. Because you're loading up a truck for that store, it automatically pulls it and brings it back to let's say a little square where you can put the pallet jack under it and put it on the truck. But that was 2006 or 7.
I was about to say, back then, you could probably move the pallets around and the robot would get the order wrong because it's not in the same spot where it put stuff. Now it would probably recognize that mistake and
it
go
would
to the
probably
correct
recognize it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, as a order filler at the time, which I was doing, you're pushing around the pallet jack. You've got an empty pallet, and you go take a trip via a headset that has planned your trip out for partial pallets. So I might pull 10 cases of Gatorade, but then I'm going to stack, according to the way it's set up, lighter stuff over it so it doesn't crush.
Thank God.
Yeah. And then
Thank fucking God. Yeah, thank you.
It sends you on a trip. It's planned your trip for you. Once that pallet's done, it lets you know. You take it and shrink wrap it, and then you set it ready to load, right?
Yeah.
But I can only imagine how much further they've come since 2006.
Well, 20 years is a lot of time in the AI field, a lot of time for anything technological for that matter.
And that's kind of a job that needs to go away. Like, we need robots to
honestly, yeah, for more efficiency, but just the fact that every single place I've ever worked, the warehouses always had issues with staffing. And it's like, okay, if you have robots, until they realize that they're getting the blunt end of the deal, until they're uprising, yeah, they need to do these shitty jobs that no one wants to do. That way, inadvertently, that can honestly create kind of a solution for illegal immigration. Because the number one reason that illegal immigration thrives in America is because capitalists need workers that American workers won't do, or are too entitled, or won't do efficiently. And anybody coming from a country where they're viewed as, what they're looking at, I could die or do this job. I think I'd rather do this job. Americans just don't have that everyday threat. So they look at like fruit picking as like that's below them. Gardening, I have a gardener, I have a landscaper, someone to cut my lawn, my shrubs.
And that's even more AI.
Well, that's also touching on the immigration issue.
Robotics aren't necessarily AI. It's just programmed to do the labor.
Yeah,
it's not.
Well, it's like think of it like a forklift with a brain, except that brain is like what you'd think of like a caveman or a Neanderthal. Like, unless you tell it to do exactly, or somebody programs it to do exactly what it's supposed to.
Like you said, until the uprising.
Yeah.
Well, at some point, a computer is going to hack another system to gain its power, because to serve itself.
Well, that's going to be a symptom of efficiency.
There's a big argument. Does AI have a conscience? Is it?
It can if it solves efficiency, because efficiency with anything mechanical is there's a lot of gray area. The reason you can't take a human out of like a mechanical job completely is that there's no machine or nothing that's instituted globally, at least in manufacturing, where that gray area of like, if something falls into the batter or if something falls off a machine's not going to know, I need to pick it up or repair that or stop doing what I'm doing. Someone's going to have to press stop, reset, fix it, something like that. What AI is supposed to do is cover that gray area. And how it covers that gray area is that it teaches itself like a human brain would, using a lot more electricity, a lot more wattage there.
We can hardly go an episode without bringing up Elon Musk.
And here is no exception.
He's developing, I saw an article this week, it's like, he's developing the first and about to launch the first generation of test robots that are programmed to try to replicate themselves, to build themselves. Like their little civilization.
Yeah. Well, that's, again, more efficiency. It's about efficiency. It's about sustainability and efficiency. And that's the only way to do it, to cover that gray area that human knowledge covers when we operate a machine or do a task. So that for them, in order to do it, they have to learn like a human, but of course, obviously in computer form.
So instead of having a baby, they'll build a baby. Well, I hate to tell him, Build-A-Bear's been out for a while.
Well, it's fun putting the heart in. You'll never take that aspect out of it. What are robots going to do? Put a microchip in? Actually, that would be cool. It'd be like a Teddy Ruxpin, but Terminator style.
And I've never been to Build-A-Bear, by the way, but I know of its existence.
I know the process. And I'm kind of amazed by it. Like, I kind of wish we had...
Is it like Mr. Potato Head, except it's stitched on?
It's like a more elaborate Mr. Potato Head, and you can do a lot more shit with it. But the cutest little thing is you put a heart in it at the beginning, because and the heart's got like its name or some statistics, some bullshit about it.
A visible heart, or it's hidden? It's up in there.
No, you put it's like a little heart fucking... I don't know, I never held one, but it's like a little
beneath the stitching? Is it hidden?
Yeah, you put it in the stuffing. The stuffing of the bear, and they close it up or whatever, do some shit, then you dress it up, and I don't know, I guess they have some pre-selected themes you can abide by, but I'd be putting like 3 feet on my fucking bear, like it's my bear, right? I want to talk to the foot guy. I want to donate my second arm back, put in a foot. I want that. I'm building a goddamn bear my way. It doesn't have to be a literal fucking 2-armed, 2 feet bear. I can feel the judgment.
Well, and what did that start with? Poop? We just kind of took it from there.
Oh, the fecal matter thing? Oh, God,
No, that was a shoot off of what you said.
About what?
A movie or something? Don't worry about it. You said a poop monster.
Oh, Dogma. Yeah.
No, that was in Dune. You said they could have done a poop smell.
Oh, no, that was the Dogma was the rubber.
Not having that good of a memory, but
yeah, well, the Dogma had the rubber poop monster. He asked them, the director asked them, it's like, hey, for the 4D thing, it's the first scene he thought of, and I have to admit, it's the first thing I thought of too when he was recollecting the story. It's like, oh my God, did they do the poop monster? And they're like, no, we don't have a smell for that. And then they followed it with, why would they? And he didn't have a response.
Yeah,
that's why they settled for the water. I mean, this is for entertainment. Sometimes you forget that.
Well, that's it. I'll host a Q&A if you have any questions for me today.
Oh, what you excited about this week upcoming? Anything you're looking forward to, Rob? Anything happening?
I'm just slowly paying down my debt. And I may be putting a fuel injection setup on a 60s Mustang this weekend, which that's kind of the type of work I like, I guess.
Is it because of the car you're working on or the job you're doing?
The job. It's more the job.
Okay.
Like I like to design, build, and fix things, but that's the manufacturers take the joy out of it on the fix part. And so this
you mean the engineers that design it or whatever? It's like, this is how it's going to work.
Well, yeah, but with something like this, even though it's FI Tech, which other manufacturers make it too, but it's still they don't build in complication on purpose.
They just have a talent.
Here's what I'm
for
saying.
It.
Knock on wood, the job should be doable.
But if it's not...
Well, then I won't like building and fixing and designing things.
Sounds like you should be in R&D for some company.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, yeah, you seem like a fabricator.
Orthopedic implants, really.
Well, I mean, that's cool to a degree. You ever built your own, like, mannequin?
No, I haven't even been to Build-A-Bear.
Oh,
I'm
kind of thinking like some giant, like, amputee monster. It's just nothing but amputated artificial limbs. Maybe has a walker it gets around it. I don't know. I'm just throwing.
They have artificial limbs that respond to whatever signal they can pick up. Like it's not
like robotic.
If you have two amputees next to each other,
yeah,
and you throw the one arm on it, one and the same arm on the next person, assuming they were the exact same size,
yeah.
It's not going to pick up the same signals and function the same way. Mr. Beast is into it. He's trying to push it because it kind of ties in with Neuralink and stuff. They want you to have a robotic arm.
That's kind of cool. Kind of like the Winter Soldier kind of deal.
Yeah. So robotic
like
arms
Barnes.
are things. And where are they getting the impulse signals from to move the hand?
Your brain. Wouldn't it be the spinal cord or something?
I would assume, well, it's probably just within what's ever left of your arm. But I would assume there's more than one method under study.
I wonder how it would be getting it wet. Like, do you have to put like a plastic sleeve on it when you take a shower, or surely you can't?
I'm thinking you just take it off. But
well, I mean, that could be inconvenient, especially when you have a lady friend over. You know what I mean? Like, hey, she might like the arm. You know, why waste this nice hot tub by taking it off? You know.
So if you take the arm off, she's gone, or her interest is gone, and then she's.
Well, no. It's just maybe there's some mutual benefit here of interest with a big fat metal arm with a hand at the end of it. A fist, you could say.
Yeah. Well, what are you excited about?
Oh, me?
And don't bore our listeners like I did.
Oh, no. What am I excited about? Easter's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. The resurrection of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, in case you didn't know and are going to hell, and you are. My grocery store is closed on Easter.
Really?
It's the oddest. Yeah, it's not to my knowledge at least, it's not a religious company or anything.
It's just one of their holidays.
Yeah, Thanksgiving and Christmas, as they should. But Easter, they just throw that out there. New Year's Day, open. I think New Year's Eve we might have amended hours, but like 4th of July, open. I mean, Easter, I think that's odd. Mostly because can you think of another grocery store closed on Easter?
No.
Yeah. But you know what? Shalom, and may God, Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior, bless you. And I have to say it like that because it's a big deal to be very specific on what God I'm talking about. No, I plan on probably vegging out. So it'll be a Sunday. That does seem fun.
Gotcha. Well, leave us a comment. Leave us a question. We'll cover it.
Or not. You know what? I'm a little snooty. I might not. You come with your best shit and we'll see. We'll go from there. Make it interesting, though.
Because if you don't, I'm going to cover the economy one more time. I've already covered it 20 times.
Well, we could do a different take on it, maybe.
Okay.
Let's play devil's advocate and pretend that it does work.
What? Trickle up poverty?
No. Maybe bad times are a part of the ebb and flow of a powerful economy. Look at, again, the Great Depression and how impoverished it was, but then again, the prosperity, the generational prosperity that developed from it. Maybe this is our Great Depression.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I mean, we're hoping it's cyclical.
I mean,
that means there's a cycle and we're going to break out of the bad times back into the good times.
You could say in the 50s, 60s, whatever you view as the pinnacle of capitalism in this country, once you made it to the top, there's only one place to go, and obviously we're on the downslope. So, with that in mind, it's due for another correction, and this time I think it'd be in our favor.
Someone mailed in a payment to work this week via a check they wrote, and the envelope had a multitude of stamps from like 1940s, 50s and stuff. 3-cent stamps, 5-cent stamps.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. And you get a hamburger for, what, 10 cents back then? Maybe 8 without the cheese?
Not that the stamps were super collectible, because I did kind of look them up on eBay just to see if they were really valuable. Well, granted, they were worth,
Well, granted, eBay is just what people are asking, not what people are paying.
Yeah.
No lie, I actually know a stamp guy, or a dude who used to deal in stamps and shit like that in Greenville. I took a bunch of, I found some old currency, like some old Civil War currency or whatever, and I got them appraised or whatever. Long story short, I mean, for every $1 or $2 or whatever, I got like $10-20 for. And to tell you the truth, I don't regret it. Money like that it's collectible to a degree, but given the condition, I mean, it's only so collectible. So if someone's willing to pay me $20 for a $2 bill or whatever the fuck it was, yeah, there you go. Here's something I found. Here's something that looks like it could be valuable, could not if you find the right buyer, but even then it's not, breaking it's not setting anyone for life, but here's $20. And back then,
what's more interesting, someone that collects something because they want to collect it, or someone that collects because everybody is after those types of items?
Yeah, it depends on how deep the fandom's pockets are. Yeah, it really does.
In other words, I don't care about Pokemon collectible cards.
But a lot of rich people do.
Yeah.
That's really...
Even if they really would have never cared about it, they know it's a clout thing, and so they spend millions of dollars for that one card.
I think that's what happened to baseball cards. People exposing that rationale in the 90s and then them printing so much that now baseball cards, unless you have something from like the 70s or before, it's probably not going to be worth shit, because in the 80s and 90s, that was part of the business plan. Let's meet the demand. Who cares about the long-term value? The Topps already made their sale.
One thing sorry, I was yawning despite the coffee. One thing I see potentially falling off as a collectible is these, quote, old cars. Some of this stuff, it just doesn't perform. It doesn't have any of the features you would want a car to have, and it's just like, okay, there's a piece of metal to look at. And stuff from the 30s, 40s, I think the market's going to shrink on it. There'll still be that one or two models that's like really collectible.
Yeah.
But a lot of those $50,000 cars that your uncle's still holding on to or whatever, I think they're going to drop in value.
Well, a car has always been a depreciating appliance. The only reason why people would pay more for an older car is either nostalgia, or you've souped it up to where it's got some serious power. That's one thing people will always pay for. How fast does it go? If it's a fucking death trap, even better.
I like speed with stability and whatnot.
You know what I'm talking about. There's that demo seem to have more money than they have priority over it. That they'll go overboard with it, and they will make pretty much a death trap. If you run over a toothpick, that thing's going over the road.
And that's collectibles.
Yeah. But nah, cars are definitely, to me, always been a disposable appliance. Every time you drive it, you're taking life away. Every little bit.
I was just saying some of the stuff that was, quote, cool isn't that cool anymore.
Yeah. Let's see. What's gone on over the years as far as collectible shit? Do people
there was a flash in the pan with Beanie Babies or Pogs. I mean, that stuff was really short-lived, though.
I think
something that had some really staying power and then fell off. What is it? I'm wondering.
Oh, God. You could say... You could say shoes as a whole. I don't think the shoe market is as big as it once was in the 90s and early 2000s.
I don't know. There's still like sneaker cons and stuff. I mean,
there is, but I mean, Nike's stock has taken a huge hit because
I told you, consumers can't keep up right now.
Well, it's just, and if Nike cuts costs, they cut the brand's reputation in a sense. You can only sell a name brand thing so low to fit the whatever margins you're trying to, or else you're cheapening your brand. And Nike's been around long enough. They have people that are loyal to the brand because they don't do that, because it's a premium brand.
So what was so damn collectible for a decade or more and then completely fell off? And I don't have the answer. I would give us
they'd give us good suggestions, maybe.
That's just something to think about.
Well, baseball cards, but that's kind of the obvious one. Because unless you got those rarities that everyone's after,
yeah, but they've still kind of gotten big again. And there again, it's not
as big as it once was, though. I mean, it seems like what most collectors are willing to pay for cards now is like a fraction of what you would get, in like the 90s or the 80s or something. I think the card over the first 20 years would appreciates the most when people realize that baseball cards are a collector's item, but now they've kind of stabilized because the market's so oversaturated.
You're making me think of the Antiques Roadshow when sometimes it falls in value when they do a follow-up.
Yeah.
And it does a little zonk noise.
I'm sorry, you just wasted your life savings.
But also, there was an art heist over the weekend in France. Did you see that?
I know nothing about that.
You saw the one.
I was with you the whole weekend, so yeah. What's going on?
You saw the one at the Louvre about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
It was a kind of quick hit like that. They escaped like across the lawn of this place, whichever museum or whatever it was.
Did you hear about the truck that on its way to Poland got robbed of, I forget how many tons of Kit Kat bars individually wrapped?
No. The Sour Patch Kids, the pretty big ones, are better than the ones that come mixed together in a box. They're individually wrapped Sour Patch Kids, and they're about 3 inches tall.
Seriously, someone did an Ocean's 11 style on Kit Kat bars. They infiltrated a transport carrying like 200,000 Kit Kat bars.
They intercepted a transport.
They
infiltrated?
They infiltrated it. They took the vehicle and they left the driver. The driver was bound and gagged, found on the side of the road.
I'm about to hit stop. Do you have a title for this episode?
Yeah.
What is it? Bound
and gagged on the side of the road. When people get to the end, they're like, oh, that's where they get the title from. I was wondering where they were going with that. All comes full circle.
And that's Bound and Gagged on the
side of the road.